All right, beautiful people, you are welcome to today's edition of your favorite Sunday conversation. And like you all know, it is our regular Sunday Jangi. All of you who are coming in, you're very much welcome because today is one of those wonderful days where we are having a very striking topic to talk about. Something that has been trending for God knows from the advent of the whole of this thing till now. Hmm. It's been news, and stories. Those of you coming in, do your best to share as usual. Share, so we have a good number of people watching. Share. So we have a really good number of you watching. It's going to be a very wonderful time because we have amazing people that are going to be gracing us with wonderful tips on the kind of things we're going to be talking about. Now, Lowe, I see you. Please, those of you coming in, like you already know, as you come in, you just share. You share. Lowe, wonderful writer. Glad to have you here, brother, and hope you're doing okay. Those of you coming in, please do your best to share to as many people as you can. Share to as many people as possible so we have a very sweet and beautiful conversation. Like you know, it's always very interesting. Every Sunday, once it's 8 p.m. on this platform, we're bringing you exclusive conversations and gists. So together we can gist along on our regular Sunday jangi. And do your best to share. Share on WhatsApp, share on Facebook, share on Instagram, share on YouTube because we're streaming on all of these platforms. Like you all already know it, my name is Wicom and I'm your anchor man, and we'll be having this conversation with other amazing big heads, and we'll definitely have a smooth and straightforward conversation. Do your best to share, do your best to share. The panel is already very interesting and booming. So do your best to share to as many people as possible. So we have a good number of you watching. Share. So we have a good number of you watching. And when you come in, let us know where you're watching from. Just drop a comment so that we can give you a special shout out. Yeah, see, Akumenja, you're welcome. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday. Yeah, for sure. This is our Sunday Jangi. Yeah, hope you're doing okay, Akumenja. And everybody coming in, do your best to share to as many people as possible. Let's have this beautiful conversation. Share. Keep sharing. When you come in, you let us know where you're watching from so we can actually give you a special shout out. Yeah, we have Akumen, you're watching from Yaoundé. Hope Yaoundé is okay and hope everything is good. Share. 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 And let us know when you come in, you let us know where you're watching from so we can give you a special shout out. Keep sharing. Share to as many people as possible. Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram. Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you can share. Keep sharing. Like you all already know, today is that day that we'll be talking about the man that wants to replace King Solomon. Before we get there, just keep sharing. Keep sharing. Let's have as many people as possible watching so we can engage in this discussion because today go hot, eh? Today will be very hot. That's a show. Keep sharing. Keep sharing to as many people as you can. Keep sharing. Yeah, I see some people. When you come in, you let us know where you're watching from. You let us know where you're watching from, and so that we can give you a special shout out. I see some of you coming in. Yeah, keep sharing. Keep sharing. So we have a good number of you watching. BALTHAZAR, a very wonderful creature. Very wonderful man and trending in a very funny manner. Keep sharing, 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 keep sharing. Let's have as many of you watching as many people as possible. When you come in, you drop a comment so we know where you're watching from. Oh, we have Facebook user. Facebook user, hope you're doing okay. Facebook user, greetings to you. Let us know where you're watching us from. And those of you coming in, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. Keep sharing to as many people as possible. Keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. Keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. Keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. Hmm. Where are these people? Yeah, when you come in, you let us know when you're watching. Okay, Nami be Facebook user. All right, Facebook user. Hope you did fine and hope Autumn did fine. While you keep sharing, don't forget this is a wonderful platform where we always have this conversation every weekend, every Sunday from 8 p.m. And it's that conversation where we talk about different angles on a particular topic. Like this Sunday, we're talking about BALTHAZAR, BALTHAZAR. Keep sharing. When you come in, let us know where you're watching from so we can give you a special shout out. Keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. Keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. So we have a good number watching. Let us know. Aristide, glad to have you, bro. Oh, it's waiting for the topic. Good evening. Hope you're doing okay. You all welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. So keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. We have just a few more shares and we're good to go. Keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing till we have a good number of you coming in. Keep sharing. Keep sharing. So we have a good number of you watching. Keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. When you come in, you let us know who is watching so we know we can give you a special shout out. It's our culture to salute you all, our wonderful people. Like you all already know, I see Inner Strength Vibes. Wow, powerful name. Inner Strength Vibes. Hope you're doing okay. Please let us know where you're watching from. It says live from Douala. Hope Douala is okay. Hope you're doing great as well, and hope you all are doing awesome. Yeah, RST, aka Facebook user. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Glad to have you, brother. Yeah, keep sharing, keep sharing, keep sharing. We need to have as many people as possible watching. 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 Keep sharing. Share, 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 share. Yeah. All right. Today is that day that we came to have a very, 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 very wonderful conversation. And I know a lot of you have been expecting this particular conversation because it's a very, very trendy topic and it has held the internet hostage for a period since the news came out. It's been from one story to another story, from one alleged story happening to another alleged happening, from one talk to another talk, because it's something so I don't know what term I'm going to use on this particular event. So a lot of people have been talking. So today we decided to come live so we could talk about this particular trendy happening. And this is the BALTHAZAR syndrome. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed, we have, as usual, the conversation. It's usually a conversation we have on the platform where we come live and have a conversation with your able and lovely panelists. We're going to bring in one after another. And already we have our panelists at the backstage. We have wonderful gentlemen and beautiful ladies, like you already know. So it's time for us to bring our panelists. So we have this conversation. But before they come in, do your best to share. Share to as many people as possible. When you come in, you just drop a comment so we know where you're watching us from. So we can actually give you a special shout out. Yeah. When you come in, let us know where you're watching from so we give you a shout out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, keep sharing. Keep sharing. Keep sharing. Share to groups, share to platforms. Today, I'm going to be with one of your favorites, your one and only, um, beautiful, of course, naturally endowed, of course, intelligent, of course, and very smart Mama Sita. Hey, mother of the boys. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mama Sita. Hi, Mama Sita. Oh, Mama Sita, are you there?
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Hi,
Hi,
Mama
everybody.
Sita.
I can't see you guys, but hi, whoever is there. Hi, happy Sunday. How is everybody doing?
We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good, and hope you're doing great as well. Somebody is
I
saying green.
am.
Good evening, Mama Sita. Now, Mama Sita, how was the day? Hope you're doing okay. Today you're off
Um,
camera. Oh la la.
yeah, because I just took a break to say something before I go back. So
Okay,
hi, Angel. Happy
all
Sunday.
right. Now, Mama Sita, in the course of the week, we've had wow. Let's see our
I'll
oh
go on
no
very soon.
beautiful natural down. Mama Sita, ladies and
It's
gentlemen.
raining and it's cold. That's the thing. It's raining.
Oh, oh,
I
oh,
have
oh,
to
oh,
hide
oh.
this badge because that's my workplace sweater. So yeah, sure.
Oh, I see, I
Yeah,
see,
let
I
me
see.
just go off camera. Yeah.
All right. Now, Mama Sita, in the course of the week, we
Mm.
had something happen that got everyone talking. And this is no other than this. I don't know how to qualify him, call him a legend hero or a perverse man. I don't know how to what term to use, but
Use this term.
and the guy has a song, he has his dance, he has everything to himself. Now, there's this guy called Balthazar who had he had over 400 knacking tips that were released in the course of the week, as allegedly by some major outlets.
Yeah.
And this guy, when his videos have been trending, which with many people having a sight of it. And these are people, these are videos of his knacking experiences with multiple women in offices, in at the seashore, and in different places. Now, at one point of the panel, we have some people saying, before we go, it's good to note that some of these women, they say about 80% of the women are married women. Now, at one part of the panel, we had some set of people saying, Bataza, Bataza, Bataza. At another side of the panel, we had some people saying, the women, the women, the women, the women.
Now,
Now,
so how do you go for women, women, women?
I want to find out something from you. In a situation like this, where should the bullet be directed? Is it Bataza that's the problem, or is it women?
Is the guy?
Now,
Why?
why
Why I say this kind of thing? Say I not even able to talk English. Sef. It's not the
talk
guy.
about pigeon? Talk about pigeon. I beg more. They talk the thing they go
See,
anyhow.
I know deny me no knack, but my only problem is you recording everything that you're doing, and sure them not even a guy both because I don't see you as a married person, eh? You dey collect knacking, they leave me the video you. If that man no be get other ulterior motive,
Mm-hmm.
so I'll direct my blame to the man. Why do you have to record everything? I know deny me no knack, but why do you? If my problem was the recording, and then
Now
to the
you
person
know.
that released it,
Now you notice that, frankly speaking, the truth is the ladies were not forced, or
yeah,
they were not forced, and they were arguing. It's not like there was a hidden camera.
for
This is
where
a moment that they were actually part of,
that's another
and they
thing.
were actually enjoying. You see? They were actually enjoying the moment and they were doing it cautiously. You even see, from what I heard,
Wait,
there's
I
a
have a
lady,
question. Did you watch the
there's a lady
videos?
comment that I just, I've not watched the video. Is that question? Is that a question or a trap? Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome Chef Daway. Chef Daway, your favorite, always here to give us some deep knowledge and technical topics like this. Hi,
Ay,
Chef Daway, how you doing today?
Oh, good evening,
Well,
guys. Good evening, viewers.
good
I'm
evening,
doing
chef.
good.
now, Chef,
Yeah,
where you're coming in?
trust everyone is doing great too.
Yeah, I'm
No, we are
okay. I'm
fine.
okay. I'm okay. Hope you too.
Yeah. Super,
Now, Chef,
super.
by the time you you
Okay.
you, you came in, I was just talking with Mama Sita, and we're like, in a situation like this, where do we channel where do we apportion the blame? Like, where do we shoot the bullet? Is it the man in question that is a problem, or is it the girls? Oh, man, I say woman. Now, the woman they get problem, and
That
the man
woman,
get
no, that woman, I'm not even gay. The woman, they,
with
sorry,
with
sorry.
very with
Let me
very
start
mature.
asking for let me start asking for forgiveness because you guys on this social media made me to go watch some of those videos. I cannot lie because I was just seeing poster left and right. I had to go watch it, but not all. But I just run. I said, no, this is temptation. Let me just leave.
Now,
Because, yeah, go
it's
ahead.
it's 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 quite funny because there was explicit content and a lot of people were definitely enjoying explicit content without paying attention to the implications of what it might do, especially to those who are vulnerable. And I'm sure the reproduction of the Balthazar syndrome happened many times in the course of the week, but this time around, I'm not sure it was recorded. Because after watching Balthazar, some people might be motivated to act Balthazar. So it's actually a very, very,
Motivated.
very,
Some
very
people already acted.
now, all right. Now, Chef, I wanted to find out, like I was asking, to you, where should we apportion the bullets to? Is it to the ladies in question, given that these women, it's alleged that they are over 80% of the married women? Where do we apportion the bullets to? Is it to the woman, or is it to the women, or is it to the Balthazar himself?
Yes, this guys. Once again, good evening.
Yeah, good.
Akum Angel, good evening. Yeah. So we've been having a lot of conversations on this
Mhm.
channel, right? We've been having a lot of conversation on this channel,
Yeah.
and this topic is like the crown of it, just to crown everything we've been talking about, like from when we started. So at the end of the day, what is my conclusion is we need to fix our society. We need to fix society. Bataza is only one man. It's just one man. Imagine 10 of Batazas out there, and
There are. It's
there
not like imagine there are more than 10
hundreds,
of that man out there.
there are hundreds of them. There are
Mm-hmm.
thousands and even millions of them. So
Yes.
if we want to go by the Bataza ratio, which is one is to 400. So if we are talking 10, we are talking.
Oh la la. The network. Dear network over there, do take yourself to the fullest. Let's have this conversation in a very smooth way. Let me take a few comments that are
Yes.
coming. This one says,
Network, you respect yourself. You
No,
respect
all
that's
right,
not
now
yourself.
we
right.
have Chef. Chef, I think you can fire on. We can hear you now, 5 on 5.
Yeah. So I was talking about ratio. So
Mhm.
if we have 1 million Batazars out there, you do the math, you do the arithmetic yourself, you know the number of women involved. So if we are to apportion blame, yeah, everyone will take their fair share of it. The men, the man Batazar for not being principled enough to know what he wants, and the ladies.
Mm-hmm. Oh la la. Yeah,
Yes.
chef, you can write on. We can hear you.
Guys, are you hearing me? That network
Yeah.
the
Go ahead. Yes.
We can hear
yes.
you.
Yeah, so the women will get their fair share of the blame as well. It's given that they are married, given that they are married, and most probably most of them knew Balthazar himself was married.
Yes. No.
Mm-hmm.
Study the particular set of women, the particular set of women who were working under Balthazar. So we want to
Mm-hmm.
call them one. I would like to call them career women. I like to call them career women in in their communities. Yeah, there'll be established women. There'll be that kind of role models when everyone wants to copy them. There are that kind of women, young girls out there who want to deeply go for careers, who want to copy, right? They want to use as examples and stuff like that. But what happens, like with the skeletons in the closet, what they do behind closed doors? So
Mm-hmm.
it brings us to the point that um, most people want to copy as role models.
Wow.
Yeah, those women are established, but when they get to the work front, they are pretty much vulnerable. They are vulnerable. They are the mercy of a Balthazar. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the picture that was circulating on social media, I think eight there were 8 women.
Mm-hmm.
There were eight, yeah, there were 8 women. Out of the 8, Balthazar succeeded in hitting, in knocking six.
Yeah,
Six.
6.
And now let's talk about the two. Those are the kind of women I want to call super women. The two he did not hit, right? If he succeeded in knocking six, it brings us to the conclusion that he made advances to each and every one of them. He made
Mhm.
advances to all of them. But two actually stood their grounds for so far. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing is with women, sometimes when you're in the same space with them, it takes only your own conviction as a man to not knock the candle. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you insist, you calm down. It's just like you get a girl today and you start by touching. You touch her, you said no. You said no. You as a wise man, you come in, you express, you bring some very sweet discussion. That sweet discussion don't really play with the brain. Now the second time where you can't touch, your touch beyond that hand where you start that first time. Your touch hand, you come around this area. You just keep going. Before you want to get to the 20th time, you don't already achieve which way. You've already achieved what you set your mind on. Yeah, so it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You call when you date in the same space, when you find yourself as a man, an alpha male, you find yourself in the same space with women, you only take time. You only take time. Time is the only factor. Time is the only factor. So I would like to applaud those women who stood their grounds, because a lot of people are talking, they are just apportioning blames on the women who fair, and no one is actually noticing. the two outstanding super women who did not fall for Balthazar, or they fall for it or not say their own videos are not there
You
now.
know, so
Thank
oh,
you.
they
That's what I wanted to say. That's what I
Yeah,
wanted to just say.
so
like that when you, yes,
yeah,
because what?
maybe they fall, but we'll never see their
Or
videos.
they deny me
Yeah,
they don't video them. That's what I was just thinking because this
yes.
there might be more than 400 because not everybody. If I'm a married woman, I don't go want to say, well, you want knock me, make you want go me keep video and for what? To do what with the video because most of the time you always hear say, hey, don't leak this person don't go. I'm gonna go fix my phone or I be send and just to my one friend. That friend send it to another person. There's always something when you do this videoing thing. So we don't
Yeah.
know if those two ladies actually knocked the person.
So now we are
I'm just hearing it for the
just
first time.
assuming, we are
Yeah,
assuming
we're assuming.
one
Yeah, no, it's not like they did it, but it's just like maybe they did it and then they didn't record it, or maybe their own recording is not out because they were like 400. I only saw like five. I said no, not be me. Oh, I run me.
you really look five. You bend down so they look five, Mama Sita.
No, no, like all oh, not like see. This, no, no, that's why this normally I have this thing the app how do you call it Telegram. So
Yeah.
the people you follow like that, they said it. I don't know why that app they don't restrict all those things. But I'm like no, and the first thing I say I did not work. So it's not like I was watching it like because me I don't like watching P or that this thing. I don't like watching it. So
Yeah,
Yeah, the
I was
blue.
like
Yeah.
that
yes,
one is even worse because that one you're going with everything about you open. You want to see, so you're getting all the demons, all the
ah
energy from it. You need
yeah.
to go for cleansing, Mama Sita. You need to go for cleansing.
I have
I'll,
to I swear.
I'll
That's why I
send
say
you
I have.
I'll send you recipe for Bantu cleansing when you see things like that. Then I'm seeing Akum Angel in the comment section asking for the link. Uh,
See, that's when you see like people talked about this thing so much that you go on Instagram, it's about it. Everywhere was about it. Like you're like tempted
yes.
to see what that man was actually
Algorithm will
doing.
promote that one because they know they
Yes,
want to put people into that PO kind of lifestyle.
yeah, those
Where
yeah.
you go, you
So do you?
how comfortable person would be for the see another people that they knock.
Yeah, it's comfortable to some people, but the thing is, when like some people like those it's just curiosity. They just wanted to see because you always see most of the people that like they'll snap a picture of maybe one of the action, be like, what was he really trying to do there? Then you'll be like, let me go see all those kind of things. I think
Yeah,
that's what
so
made so many people to want to see what the man was doing because they say 400. Like be like, is this man a demon? Is this man okay to be knocking people like that? So I
no,
guess
that's another point to discuss on.
All right. Now,
On biologically or physiologically, you will see that with what men have in between their legs, it actually has I think three muscles. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes, and the more effective it becomes. On the contrary, with what women have, the more you go round, you go round and round and round, it becomes a borehole. So with
keyword gold.
Batazar, the only problem me I have with Batazar is the fact that he not married women, right? He not married women, and he not women that he has not paid the right price. If he
Now,
has strength, if he's having the strength to knock 4,000 women, he should do that legally. Go for the single ones. Why end up disgracing yourself publicly like that? No one day, no man will ever come bring net one cup problem because say he knock six women. It will never happen. Even if someday it happens that it leak, he's doing it legally. He don't pay dowry for single women. It brings us to that point. Women like women like alpha male. They don't like sims. But now what they've succeeded in doing, they've actually transformed 90% of men into sims. Yeah, they've transformed them into sims.
Now,
We have
Chef, I wanted to find out something. This you mentioned of the fact that you have an issue with him because he is knacking married women. I want us to hang a little bit here and analyze some things because there are some key things of what I want us to talk about today. There are some key things of what I want us to talk about today. Now, what could you be? What do you think could be the problem with these women, or how did he manage to like? What could be the problem? Because if you look at it keenly, you will notice that this BALTHAZAR syndrome was just a mere laboratory rat to show us some of the things that happen when women go to work. Some of the things that happen when women leave and go to other different things to do their other activities. Initially, I don't think a lot of these women had the intention to go and knock. They were definitely going to look for
none of them had the intention to go and knock. And
now.
all of them, they are highly principled. Like
Okay.
before they started knocking him, they could not imagine themselves doing something like that. It's just like it's the same thing like Eve could not imagine herself going to eat the forbidden fruit with a snake.
The
It only
serpent,
takes
yeah.
yeah, it only takes an alpha male. It only takes an alpha
Yeah.
male to put his conviction, like I really want to knock this guy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
you take
if,
time, but
if you look at
sooner than
it,
later, you end up knocking her.
yeah, if you look at it keenly, a lot of the time, a lot of women, like I've said this before, in the history of any woman that went out to cheat, sincerely, she was not going out to cheat. She was going out to either go and deliver something, home delivery plug, to go and do
Yeah,
something else, go for a gathering, maybe a meeting or whatever.
yeah,
And before long, you notice one thing leads to another.
yeah.
And now, last week we were talking about narcissists, and in that you will see the power of control and masculinity.
Mhm.
What do you think can be done to actually limit the level of this promiscuity amongst married people? Now, let me tell a story here. I in the course of last year, I was doing a business, and now I was into a kind of business, and in that I saw different kinds of people coming in, and you will see a lot of people who one of what you say married single people fled. No, I don't think single people fled to the extent to which some married people do, because you see one beside where I was is a popular obesh. I'm not going to call the name here. A popular obesh, and my office was up like that, so I could just look through the window and see down. And there you will notice that a lot of married women. I saw a woman, I mean, mature woman. That woman, if she's young, she should be around 50 or 55. You see, mature woman. She left like she's going with her market bag. All of a sudden, you see her branch inside the obesh, and then another par coming from another angle, the branch inside. After a few minutes, they go out, they hug, they go their separate ways. And I was like, so now so some woman they do. They live like they are going to the market and go and knock. Some is neighbor, help neighbor. Some live like they are going to the market. Some get different kinds of pretexts just to actually go and have a fling and to satisfy their urge. Now, at the level of the husband, because one of the people that I pitied was the husbands to these wives. Imagine seeing your wife, maybe you've been married for about 8 years, let me just assume 8 or 10 years, and you have maybe about 3 children, Imagine seeing this kind of tape where somebody is grounding your wife like that. The trauma, the the disgrace and all of that. It has a long-term effect on any partner, especially from the masculine point of view. Now, what I want to find out, what do you think could be a possible remedy to help limit? Because for sure, we cannot really stop promiscuity because there must be bad seats. Now, what can be done to limit? Where do you think these husbands failed? Where do you think they missed it? Where do you think they did something they were not supposed to do, or they were supposed to do something that they did not do? What could be a possible remedy to regulate this kind of thing? Chef, are you there?
Yes, yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, okay, hear you 5 on 5.
That network. Okay. Like I started, I said what we need to fix is society. We need to
Yeah.
fix society. We need to get back to the drawing board. We need to get back to the way things used to be. BALTHAZAR is only one case out of millions. It's happening every day. The fact you watching me, the fact that you trust your wife, you trust your girlfriend or whatsoever, and you're trusting your boyfriend or your husband, that trust will last as long as they are not caught. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just how long it would last. Yes.
Yeah.
BALTHAZAR has been doing this for the longest of time, But one thing just happened, and everything he did in the dark came to light. So
Mhm.
we need to go back to the drawing board. We need to fix society. We need to give the African man his place.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to stop living. I'm talking in the African context. I'm talking in the African context. There are
Yeah.
few. There are few. In the way they want to put it, there are few faithful men out there who will stick to
Mhm.
one woman. Who will stick to one woman. There are few.
Yeah.
Like out of 100, out of 100%, I will just want to say 1%. 1% will stay faithful, one man, one woman, and it's
Mhm.
vice versa. It's vice versa. Now, what used to
Mhm.
happen before in Africa, when women are caught in adultery, they were stoned instantly to death. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a practice. The West, the Europeans copied when they were telling the story of Jesus. Actually, telling
Mhm.
that's how they abolished that practice, because that's the only thing that made women back then to truly understand who they are, and the vessels, like everything they embody, everything they
Mhm.
embody. Yeah, so they used to be afraid of death, so they'll stay fidel, they'll stay faithful to
Faithful.
their
Yeah.
husband. Yeah, but when they had to rewrite our Bantu scrolls and plagiarize it into the Bible, Jesus said, "He without sin should cast the first stone," and that's how that practice was abolished. Now, the man for the Bantu man before Europeans came, you had no right. Nothing existed like cheating. Nothing existed like cheating. All you had
Yeah.
to do, all you had to do when you felt like you had the resources, all you had to do was to go pay the bride price of a second wife, the third, fourth, fifth. The only limitation back then used to be your pocket. Let me use the word pocket. The only limitation back then was your pocket, the size of it. how big your pocket is, and
Yeah.
or your ban of yams, how big your ban of yam is. That
That's
was
your word.
the determining factor back then. So
Mhm.
we never had unfaithful men, we never had cheats, we never had sins. We had so for us out. I'm talking like a solution that will work like 99% in the direction of men. Men will stop cheating, and all these illicit relationships, they'll die a natural death. Yeah,
Mhm.
we must not necessarily go back to that point. We must not necessarily go back to that point where we get to stone women who are caught in adultery. What we need to do, like this program we're having every Sunday, we need to tell them who they are. We need to tell them the sacredness of their womb. We need to tell them that a woman in her entire existence is supposed to sleep with only one man. Why? A woman is a receiver. She's a receiver. Her
Mhm.
energy is magnetic in nature. Her energy is magnetic in nature. She
Mhm.
receives and she gives form to what she receives.
Mhm.
That's why sometimes you hear men on like vulgar street parlance or say, "Oh, I don't want deposit. I don't want deposit for that guy. They
Mhm.
don't deposit anything." It's not only about the semen. It's not only about the semen. It's about the energies that he comes to deposit in you. He's
Mhm.
taking and he's depositing,
Yeah.
and and we need to educate our women. We need to tell them. They need to know that the word adultery, um, before the word adultery, we had adulteration.
Yeah.
Adulteration. Yeah, adultery actually was it's a word that was created by the French from adulteration. Adulteration is mixing. You mix a lot of things together, mix a lot of things together. So adultery actually came from adulteration. When you go about mixing sperms, different sperm together from different men, different people, you mix them together. What you don't know is that you get to retain those semen that you get the DNA from every man. You One common thing we always say in pidgin, say when man and woman they live together for long, they tend to start resembling each other.
Yes. 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 We say that a lot. Yeah.
Yes, the woman don't receive a lot. The woman don't receive a lot of that man DNA, and it don't start deform it, so it don't become shaped like him. It's the same thing.
Like a man.
Sperm,
Yeah.
every sperm way you don't receive as a woman, you get that DNA in you, and part of those biological information you transfer to your children through your umbilical cord. You transfer to your
Yeah.
children through your umbilical cord, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I
when
agree.
you mix all these different energies, you mix all these different liquid them together, you mix it all, you become adulterated. That's when they say you should not commit adultery. Maybe just the normal act of you just going to, or even where you never married. Adultery or adulteration happens when you mix things together. You mix energies, you mix sperm, you mix semen, you mix fluids. All of these things, you mix them together. you become adulterated as a woman. And now all of this biological information, all of this spiritual information, all of them, when you're incubating your child, you're transferring all of them into your child through your umbilical cord. And when you go for DNA these days, when you go for DNA test these days, you hardly have 100% DNA. Like that the sperm that fertilize the egg, right? You have
Yeah.
a greater percentage. They'll tell you, say, okay, the result is showing, say, no, you get greater um, parent for the child. You
Mhm.
way direct sperm fertilize the egg. It could be 98% match your DNA.
Yeah.
Where the
Yeah.
other two go, where the other two go, the man that two now, the man will be knocked maybe like 10 times before the next man if he gets 0.5%. Another man will knock maybe one time if he gets 0 point something percent. Then you distribute another two, you go round, and those all those men, their character traits, right, will be reflected in that child. That's why you hear parents sometimes will say, "None of my family members be the thief." Those are you the picking you
You
come
want
out.
to organize TV on a thief.
Those are you the picking. Those are you the picking you come out. We are on this kind fashion. None of my family member they be like woman. So those are you the picking you come out. We are on the kind. Yes, it's coming from all the adultery, the adulteration that that has been the woman performed. Now, why is it good for a man to have many women, getting them married legally? Why?
Mhm.
The man is only the leader. They said behind a successful man there is a woman. Just imagine you have like five. Now you whatever you give to whatever
Where are
you
the
give, whatever
women?
you give to a woman, she magnifies. I'm talking from the spiritual point of view and energy kind of direction, right? So
Yeah.
so I encourage men out there, you don't have to cheat, because by cheating, you're putting your energy, you're depositing your energy. You don't only deposit your sperm, you might you might use you might use doncoms, yeah, to protect to protect
Socks.
yourself to protect yourself from sexually transmitted diseases, and from protect your semen from getting into her. Yes, that will happen. But the spiritual part, or there'll always be that exchange of energy. There'll always be that exchange of energies, and it's a two-way thing. You're receiving energies from her, and you're putting energies into her. So that's why each time you go into a very faithful woman, a woman who you deposited your energy in her, and you go out there. When you go out there, you're drained. You come back to that woman, and you're fully recharged, because she
Mhm.
has your energy. But now she takes you're cheating as a man, you're depositing your energy into a woman who will go and give your energy to another man.
Mhm.
A lot of men are stuck in life. They are stuck in life. They are not moving forward. They don't even know who they are. They don't understand what is happening. Their energies are being used. It's being harvested every day from their cheating lifestyle, or by you depositing your energy into a woman who intend go and give it out to other men out there. So
No, Chef.
it's pretty much advantageous for you as a man to do it legally with women who understands, like women who understand family unit, and they know you need all of that energy as the leader, the head, because you're getting that. It's not only about the physical things that women do. Women are super powerful. That's why if you're going to the market to buy spiritual items, it's always advisable to buy from that big mommy, the way they need to menstruate again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and most at times, or all the time, even when woman they go for place where medicine, they if it destroy her, she can destroy it with her blood, something like that. So they are actually magnifiers. They
No,
give you give
no,
them
Chef.
a
Before.
tiny drop of sperm. They'll magnify that sperm and they'll give you a baby, a very
Mm-hmm.
big baby at the end of the day. It's the same thing with your energy. You put your energy in a faithful woman, she'll
Mm-hmm.
purify it, she'll send out the negative energy through her monthly flow. She'll send that out and she'll become super pure. Your energy will magnify, and when you're getting into her, you're coming out as a superman.
Okay, now, Chef, I want to find out something. You see, this is a very important analysis on the spiritual aspect that we need to actually consider when it comes to knacking energy. You see, we see Brianna. And I don't know why I keep seeing all of your names are appearing as Facebook user. That's why I cannot really call your name like that. So I see big shout out to Brianna Ade who is joining. Final man, Akumen just been there, and
Showing
all
my
of you.
Facebook user today. I'm seeing just Facebook users. Facebook.
Yeah, me too.
Uh,
I'm seeing just Facebook users. I don't know why. I don't know what's happened to the platform. Now, this is it. I want to find out. Come using BALTHAZAR as a case study. The whole insight about the transmission of the spiritual exchange that happens during the exercise, the spiritual yeah, do the ta like that. Because that's one part which a lot of people are not really current about. Yeah. Oh, we have KDN Empire. You're welcome. All of you coming in, please do your best to share. Let's have as good as many people as possible. Just keep sharing. Share on WhatsApp, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere you can share. Keep sharing. Well, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Now, I want to find out something. Looking at these implications, it is not it means we are not too far from the truth to say that we have a very polluted atmosphere, because if we're when this news of BALTHAZAR and the 400 women broke out, I took time to listen to some podcasts and some other people's conversation and read through some comments. You will notice that a lot of people will be like, this particular thing at way, people don't do them. You see, and sincerely, to be very frank, I have seen a lot of people practicing this thing before my own eyes. And we have gradually drifted from a morally sane society to a very immoral one where this kind of rotten things have gradually become normal. Back then, it was an unspeakable thing to even to think about that you will be doing some kind of thing like this. I will not say they were not there, they were there, but at a very minimum rate. You see, at a smaller rate as compared to now. Now, the level of perversion and the level of exchange and the level of all kind of knocking up and down is just so alarming until we are beginning to normalize certain things. You see, now some people, when we are taking into consideration the case of these women and their family, especially. See, no matter how we do it, the woman will always be the target, and a lot is expected from a woman. That's why a lot of respect is given to her. Now, before I proceed, I can see Coach B backstage. I think we're going to bring Coach B to the stage. Hi, Coach B, and welcome. Hope you're doing okay today.
Hey, boss. Hi, welcome. Hi, Chapter Y. Sorry, I'm not able to come on video.
It's okay.
Awesome.
All right. Now, here we were talking about a whole lot of analysis regards the BALTHAZAR case. We shaved away highlighting us on some of the spiritual implications of having knacking with multiple partners. Now, I was looking at more. I was looking at a lot at the angle of these men. I was trying to find out, what do you think? Is it that these men, the husbands to these women, were doing something that they were not supposed to do, or the women, or the something that, like, what do you think went wrong actually for a one single man to be able to knock that number of women to that extent that are married? What are your thoughts on this, Coach B?
That's an interesting question. And I think since this issue hit the internet, people have had different opinions about what was actually going on, or what is actually going on. But I want to say that we cannot exactly say what is going on. But these people who were involved in these practices are the ones who know what is going on. So again, knacking activity is a fantasy that every individual has a way they fantasize about it in their minds. And you can never tell what pushes someone into it until they are the ones that will always say it. So it could just be a fantasy. And I would be honest that this man involved in this practice is a very attractive man. And I was watching this video on the internet yesterday, and this lady said the man is every woman's dream. Again, I do not agree, but but he's very attractive. He looks well seasoned, well kempt. He looks clean. He looks educated and very
Guys,
attractive.
I hope you're taking note. Guys, I hope you're taking note.
Yeah, he looks very
All
attractive,
right,
and
please.
that is a charm by itself. It's a charm to every woman by itself. And for me to believe that every one of these women knows that he is interacting with other women, I would say I am not too sure because of the comfort level of each of these women. Because I wasn't able to watch all the videos. I watched about four of them, and I had to delete the whole file from my phone because, to be honest, it's dishonoring to this man's wife and dishonoring to all the spouses of all these other women. So what I want to say is I don't know what is going on in the minds of the married women, and I cannot say it. And especially to the pregnant woman who was part of this activity, I don't know if
Yeah.
he is the father of the child or the father of the pregnancy, because there's a huge probability that he could be. Yeah, because it's not normal to find a pregnant woman comfortably having that intimacy with another man like that when the man is not responsible for the pregnancy, except it's something, again, another fantasy that I cannot explain naturally as a human being. But to the married women who were part of this activity, it's probably just a fantasy, or maybe their husbands were lacking in one way or the other, or probably not physically available to support their women's needs. That's what I would think.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Coach B, there is something which um based on personal experience and what I have seen, most of the time I sound the way I sound sometimes because of some of the things I see. Not I hear say what I have seen and what I have witnessed. I have seen cases of pregnant woman still going to deliver ndum to somebody else. Those are facts. I have seen cases of the kind of things that a lot of these women do if they are if they just tell their husbands. I'm sure that marriage might end that same day. It's just the four walls of a house covering a whole lot. You see, because this is what I understand. It is very simple. There is a guy they call the funny guy. You know the funny guy, the guy that makes your woman to smile, the guy that makes your woman comfortable around them. That guy is very dangerous, and a lot of the time, like I said earlier on, I'm telling you to believe that some of these women, there are two categories that we can categorize them under two categories. The first category could be some of them that consciously used to do to get a particular thing from him, maybe a favor, maybe something, I don't know. And the next category are those who did it as per consequence. The truth is, none of them were forced, and all of them were into the thing. They were into the thing. Now, for the pregnant woman, I have seen people who have done something. I know of, I've seen a similar thing. So I don't think he might be the propagator of that pregnancy as well as he might not be. Because to be very frank, I have seen people do very, very, very bizarre things, like very bizarre things, like really, really bizarre. You understand? Now, me looking at this from this standpoint, you will notice that there are a lot of things that we tend to neglect, because this is what I think. We tend to neglect a lot of things around the opinions that is granted to the voice of the woman. Now, this is what I mean. On a very serious note, it is very easy for a woman to fall in love with her colleague or her boss. Why? The moment you spend seeing somebody every day, 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 for most women, something begins to develop. For most women. And the funny guy is a guy that knows how to entertain the woman. This guy is good looking, no doubt. He's clean, and he has something 47 that knows how to work the some things too. So a lot of the time, if you look at it keenly, even if these women never wanted to cheat, just by being familiar with the man and liking his charisma, his confidence, before long you notice pants don't shift. In fact, they were never wearing pants, so they just wake up the cover like that. You see, young, old, métis, and all of that. And the truth is, in this scenario, in an office setting, majority of the time, the men are not the one that are harassing the women. We have few men that are telling you, oh, you will give the tutu to work here or you will leave it. There are majority of the men, there are some men that do that. But some men will just maintain their calm, and it is these ladies that will bring their tutu. I have seen this happen several times. And when the news broke out, they always try to push the man to be on the end of you are taking knacking exploitation. No, in a lot of the cases, these women bring tutu to secure that space. I had a space where a lady was to come and work, and when she noticed that this is the main man of this business, she was using birthday tutu. She was coming to tutu hold her. Like, it's a friend of mine that brought her. When I come and sat and she was like, shooting some words, and I just played ignorant. The guy himself told me, that guy make you a science, you need to understand. I said, I never understand and no ever understand. You get the point. Because sometimes they themselves shoot these signals. Why? Because we have reduced and devalued this experience from a very sacred thing, an intimate thing, to be an anyhow thing. Today you hear people like anak manak na anak, na me nak the nak, like some very vulgar statements like that. That is how we have transformed life to have a very funny shape and giving meaning to some very funny things. These are very despicable things. But on a very serious note, I want to believe that not all of these women, unless all them get matter for their head now, not all of them were actually going to actually deliver tutu. Some just get along the line. I have seen this happen many of the time. That's why, to me, my opinion is, men, be watchful. Me, I will check all thing about you. I'll check everything. Coming narcissist is their problem. I will check. To an extent, you might not stop somebody who wants to do it. The big question is, you must not be with somebody who wants to go out. You should have somebody who have a certain degree of morals and see how you can regulate it. You see, these women, a lot of them, maybe they were going for their job, and before long, you notice some feelings start developing. This feeling always starts. The problem is when it starts, we always ignore it until when it has created the bond. The gospel truth is always being able to cut. BALTHAZAR is training today because his tapes have leaked. And imagine for how long he has been doing this thing. without the tips leaking. We don't have BALTHAZAR in Cameroon. We have Atangana. We have Ima. We have other kinds of people with different names that are doing the similar practices. I posted the other time that some of these Puna pastor, BALTHAZAR no different from some of Puna pastor, because that department too, now another department where they the off pant. You see, once a lady starts seeing another man with a superior as a superior or superior position, you will notice that it is easy for that man to shift the pants if he wants to. Many times I've had this thing with workers. In a work atmosphere, I always say, we don't tolerate cross dating. More than for love, I no can disturb my business. If you guys are working here, just know you for sure when the time you don't have to work again, just be like, all right, sir, it was nice doing business with you. We have decided to get married, and I will support you people the way we can. But in the work atmosphere, but when I stay from a back end and look at it, sometimes I'll be observing some workers. You see the way they are, just the fact that the lady keeps seeing the guy all the time, and the first man will fall in love with the woman, no, because the guy knows that the guy find money. I mean, 3 out of 4 times that's the experience. The guy knows coming to hustle, the lady emotion don't take over a lot of the time. So these women, practically, sincerely, I don't think all of them were going to give to two. And if you look at them, they are cultured women. I mean, they are women of some kind of status. So money might not really mean a lot, even though money can influence some people in that status. But I don't think money might influence all of them like that. It's just the aspect of having that bond. When we allow the bond to be formed, it becomes a very, very terrible thing to deal with. There's a story equally of some. Let me just point on Shema where some married men they use them. Some married men will be, and then they would, like Coach B said something like, they will not know that this man is doing this with all of them. Women don't really care like that. Just a friend of a lady sent some very appealing videos to a friend of mine. The guy was like, you know, I'm a married man. The guy said, and so are you going to tell your wife? You understand? So all of these things, it's the kind of psychology. I targeted from a psychological angle. The things we have choose to normalize, the rubbish we have choose to make normal in the name of civilization, modernity, all these things. If civilization is equivalent to losing moral values, then me, I'm happy to be, I'll be a glad primitive element. You see, because a lot of these things are tied to civilization and modernity. You see, women don't really care. Somebody knows, a lady said her best relationship is when she's a side chick. So a lot of these women don't really care like that. So majority, it's very difficult for you to fry 8 women in the same workplace, 6 out of 8, and they don't know, at least 2 or 3 don't know. And these women will be happily dishing the tutu. Sincerely, they might not be into it from the very start, but it's a system. When you have finally had the first one, second one, third one, now you go find a man for the gee. It's a system. Along with this story where a guy when I got married, came back to the ex and told her a very sympathetic story. The ex was a small university girl. So the girl is going to console that big papa that is married. According to her, she is consoling him for getting married to the wrong person. This is a schema that most men that are married used to be frying girls. And the first thing is they'll come and fry from the start. The lady might not be into it because she's like, what is happening? But before you notice, she's already into it, like a lot of these women that we see. Me, I think come to the standpoint that there is serious need to uphold high-level moral values and virtues in our societies today. Women are still the target, and they are losing, and we are losing it. Imagine the children of these women going to school. People are like, I beg no pass corner that picking them. Now they are mommy. You see, we are losing it. We are losing a whole lot when it comes to our morals. If we talked of Respecting women from our mothers' epochs, we will know at least they paid the price by being reserved to upholding some degree of morals. Back then, you see a mother dressing, you know this is a mother. Today, you will see a mother of big children showing her buttocks and pants on the internet. So, what kind of message are you passing? Your 18-year-old son will be sitting with his friends, and what his friends can talk about their mother. My missing gay shape, as it beings hang. All of those kind of things, it's quite disrespectful. And these are part of things which we should. Immorality is not synonymous to civilization. Civilization is all about upgrading and learning, but filtering what you learn. You see, this particular case, most women in the history of 9 out of every 10 women that went to cheat before God and man, she was not going to cheat. Before God and man, she was not going to cheat. There's a pastor that came one time to Cameroon, Operation Heal the Land, Operation Heal the Land, Operation Heal the Land. The two people did campaign in the market, Operation Heal the Land, preach, blind will see, this and that, this and that, this and that, this and that, this and that. When they do programs like this, I've said this story here before, they go for counseling. One guy's wife was in that church. That was I say there are pastors whose records have beaten BALTHAZAR. Is that it's not on video or their own video, nobody leak. Because there's another department there, they the off pants very well. You see, this guy is Operation Heal the Land, bring oil, bring water. Pastor say, I am the solution, you have the problem. The solution has to penetrate the problem. Mommy. Oil, anoint the breast, anoint the bobby. When the downside of it, the man has to penetrate with the solution. This is what they do. And that woman was not going hard to cheat. She was sincerely not going hard to cheat. She was going for her prayers. And before long, you notice she put things in. I think one of the ways we can do this, I fear somebody that thinks that they are too strong to handle temptation than somebody that avoids the temptation. One of the ways is to avoid that temptation at once. There are certain signals that when you begin to see, you do your best to avoid them. Not thinking that you're too strong to overcome the temptation. There are people that when they take 1, 2, as they drink 1, drink number 2, I know if a girl like that, if you come out, just stand outside, any man want take the thing in the gear like that. I mean for nothing. You see, happy Sunday, carrying. You see, so these are some of the instances where I come to think of the fact that I have seen a lot of women acting in a funny manner because a lot don't actually decide to fall in love. Some will tell you they have no feeling when they have holding the feeling until they cannot hold it anymore. And before long, you notice she finds herself in a compromising situation. I saw a lady that is married and confusing between her husband and the boyfriend. When the guy notices that she's married, he says, Mommy, I beg leave and go you. The girl was like, she does not know. She would buy, she would do everything. And she was crying. You see, she was seriously crying. So when I see women say, BALTHAZAR, these women are brum. Make BALTHAZAR stand for your face, then you resist it first, no? Make stand for your face, then you resist it. You know you're a strong woman or you're resistant. Because you cannot sit and fry those women when you are not yet in their shoe. It's true that they have their own degree of morality. I don't want to understand how somebody like a pregnant woman will begin to do that kind of thing. I cannot even reason there. I don't want to understand it. You see? Just imagine a lot of women say the women are this, the women are that. Imagine a BALTHAZAR standing in front of the woman. Until you meet the BALTHAZAR, you will know whether you fall or not. How do we solve this? Don't even meet BALTHAZAR in the first place. Don't even meet BALTHAZAR in the first place. Because then for you to prove to be strong, to go and fall into temptation, no better meter the temptation, no. Because what is the essence of proving something that you might even be a pest in it? Like you finally fall.
But how do they avoid meeting BALTHAZAR? There's nothing written on his face and to tell them, warning them that this is BALTHAZAR. Like you said, the worst BALTHAZARs they are found in the church.
Exactly. If I begin to narrate stories of church, there's a story of a married woman.
End up knocking all their children, call them children,
Yes.
spiritual children. They end
Yes.
up knocking all of them.
I
This whole thing, me, I'm always talking from the spiritual point of view. Yeah. And I want to throw this point. If a woman is not really strong spiritually, if she meets like when they're in the church, right? And a man of God who is using let's say he's using powers from Benin or Ghana or Nigeria.
yes.
He's using powers from these places. When he's speaking, majority of the women in the church at that time they'll feel honey. They'll feel honey.
Yeah.
Are you getting me?
I'm getting you 5 or 5. Yeah.
Yes. I want women me to confirm this talk by the talk. Whenever you're around a man, you should feel if you want to love him or you like him, it should be something that happens in your mind. If you're feeling horny when a man is talking to you, who is not your husband, he's using spiritual powers on you. You're being hypnotized. And these Balthazars, you see them do this thing. They don't do it just with charisma and stuff like that. These women, like you put it, they never went out there to knock. And there's no inscription, there's nothing written on his face warning them that this is Balthazar. They went there to work. And in the course of doing their duties, this man who knows spiritism, who knows how to manipulate energies.
Yeah.
He'll premeditate, and the moment he's speaking, the woman is already horny. And before she knows it, before she will even realize it, he's already on her. And the moment he gets into her, she becomes his a sex slave to him.
He will knock her until she will even be the one to come and give the beans. So
I like the question. I like what you said, that the solution is for women to avoid meeting Balthazars. Now the question is how.
Okay, I think of one thing. There's a story of a lady that is a married woman. Her husband was a little bit distant, like abroad, and she was in Cameroon. This lady was an interpreter in a church, and she was sharing her testimony. So, like I had a testimony. Now, this lady met the pastor, and they were saying they have to go all night. That all night take place from hotel ABC or XYZ, hotel like that. They will go, the man will take a suit and they will start, and they say, no, this one they have to penetrate. This one part of it that chef is saying is very, very vital. There is something called spiritism that must not be neglected. You don't want to see or be a victim before you know. There is something called spiritism. You should be very careful with the contacts you make. There are people that master how to manipulate spirits to give desired result of what they want. Sometimes I don't hit hard on this.
Energy vampires.
To be very frank, we should be sincere to ourselves. There's a one man that came to Yaoundé, one Ghana person, man of God, Ghana with Ghana powder. He came and was wiping. You think, how does it happen? Is it too much of a coincidence that somebody will be sleeping with people's women like that? Or is that the women are just too vulnerable like that? So why are their own pastors not sleeping with them? Why is it only a guest speaker that will come and be sleeping with them like that? You see, this guest speaker definitely understands how to manipulate energy.
So all that style tonight the husband. Why? They're not functioning with their right senses. They are functioning with their right senses when they get home. In front of Balthazar, hypnotism takes over. And in the case of these men of God, they hypnotize these girls for level where they use they claim to be hygienic. They use this white towel them. The warm water. After the knacking process, they'll tell you they want to clean you up. They'll clean all that fluid. They'll clean and that same white towel will be the white towel where, because that thing for down there for woman is a portal, it's a gateway. So when they take that fluid, they'll wipe their face for church. When they wipe their face for church, they start seeing things. They be connected now in a different realm. And they start seeing things. That's why without sexual energy, there's no prophet. No prophet, not the way it would be for out. Yes.
No.
Without sexual energy, I'm going the direction of the church, because that's where we'll see BALTHAZAR for out there. The highest of this, all these activities like this, they happen in the church.
Yeah. Now, there's this guy that came. He came, I was wiping people's wives. And that man met his karma when he went and slept with a military man's wife. That Mango Kashi beat the Satan out of his life. That's how the man ran away from Cameroon. These are things that happen. A lot of you watching, or that will come and watch after, you would attest that, especially I was with some, I have a lot of pastors around me like that. I was like, for some me a married church woman, it go harder. It was not only the whole microphone. Guest speaker, they can preach what they already pimps or one. That is a BALTHAZAR we are talking about.
When Joshua owned them, they come out, they talk their own.
That's a BALTHAZAR we're talking about.
TV Joshua is worse than BALTHAZAR.
So there are lots of
people lock them inside church. They fry them back to back. When BBC did the investigation and published the videos, you still see Christians or still be there ignorantly. They don't believe BALTHAZAR own, because BALTHAZAR film himself. They believe BALTHAZAR own. Check the number of women. Who gave their confession or their experience, what they went through in the hands of the top one of the top men of God out there.
You see, so me, I think it is one point for the men. When you're getting married to your woman, you have to exercise your masculinity to a certain point. It's not. It might not be 100% guarantee, but be rest assured it is going to help save a lot.
That masculinity way you talk about will push her out if she's not a real woman now. She'll call you toxic. She'll call you a narcissist. She'll call you all kind of name when you want to be yourself as a man. So,
that's why I say
when you want to call and check up on her to know how she's faring, like all the time, making sure she's protected, she'll tell you you're insecure. You're insecure. If you want to go a little bit further, she'll tell you you don't trust her. All those women, those 400 women, their husbands, they trust them. But the thing is, their praise out there. I mean, predators. There are predators out there. A lot of them. You're very vulnerable as a woman. The fact that you in particular, that you're listening to me, if you're not a victim or you don't be in that position of those 400 women, you're lucky. Count yourself lucky that nature or universe never lead you for that direction where you meet a man like BALTHAZAR or a prophet or a man of God who is into deep spiritism. Before you know it, they don't contaminate energy, and they're already in you. And if they get that, the ladies in the comment section, my spirit is telling me like some of them, men of God, they don't hypnotize like them. Give us that confirmation.
No, though frankly speaking, you cannot miss. If we have over 300,
give us the confirmation. the confirmation we need in the
No,
comments.
All right,
this is
Coach B,
this
you
is
want
what
to?
I yeah, this is what I want to say about masculinity in a man. Being
Yeah,
masculine or a man's masculinity is being misconstrued to dominance. Being
yeah,
masculine doesn't mean you're domineering, doesn't mean you're controlling, doesn't mean you're imposing. Being masculine is just a man who understands that he is a leader, and it's natural. And there are some men that are naturally masculine. There are some men that mask masculinity, and though the men that come off as controlling, as narcissists, as monsters, are the ones that are masking their masculinity. If you
yeah,
are a true man who has been able to balance their ego, and they understand a woman, how a woman operates psychologically, emotionally, and all of that, it's easy for that man to be able to have total control over his home, over his wife, and over his children, and every other person that this man is under. One thing I want us to remember is Balthazar is a very influential man. That's
yeah.
one thing about him. He's very educated. He's rich. That he's not limited to being influential, rich, and educated. He is a masculine man. He looks very attractive, and he's very confident. And women tend to be attracted to men that are very confident. And I like the fact that you guys brought up the masculinity. Men or women also are mostly attracted to men who have control of their masculinity. You see the way he interacts with these women in their private moments. Like he's not acting like he's in control, like he's part of the process. And the women also have control, like there was no moment where, for the videos that I saw, I didn't look at all of them. For the videos that I saw, he has he's a man, and the women are also playing their role. So it's not like anybody is being forced into that act. And first of all, trying to understand that these women are very comfortable with the fact that there's a recorder next to them, and they know that this man is an influential man and he is a married man, and they are that comfortable with a recorder, with a video recorder next to them while they are having an intimate moment with this man, is what really it baffles me a lot. And that's why I think there's a cultural component to this. And from the analysis that I've been seeing online, it looks like people within that cultural setting do these things for fun.
Yeah. I
They do this,
I learned. Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I learned that there's a video of the wife, which I don't seem to see the resemblance between the person in the video and the wife. I don't know. Now we cannot really trust every trending news on social media like that. Yeah, and I heard a voice on him on the live TikTok, like, so I don't know if it's the man in question or somebody impersonating him, implying that adultery is not punishable according to their laws. And I'm still to confirm that now. So those are that's something when you talk of the cultural part of it. I think that's one point that we could look at. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can.
because people from Equatorial Guinea, that's Equatorial Guinea, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, again, it might also be a cultural thing. And the fact that this guy had been keeping those videos for so long and didn't care about the videos being released, again, there are a lot of question marks everywhere. But what I want to say is the fact that because his videos are out there doesn't mean he's the monster here. You and I are monsters because every
exactly.
one of us, each and every one of us has that monster in us. We have that secret sin that we are practicing every day. And because there's no camera around doesn't mean we should cast the stone. There's so many
Hmm.
people here that have done worse things than this man has done. But I will applaud him for the fact that he has a good taste. Come on, he has a good taste because All these women, for the few that I saw, the women are very clean. The women are very attractive. And if he's going bad on these women, then I'm very sure that he knows, because trust me, Balthazar loves his life. He loves the fact that he's very handsome. For him to be going bare on these women, he is very sure that these women are healthy before he can do that. These
Now,
women, yeah, these women, all of them were very attractive women. And I don't know, for those who have watched all 400 videos, is there any one of them that he had protection?
the man is throwing, and is he even ejaculating inside? So,
We've
what
not watched
protection?
even one. We've not watched one.
So,
What is that now? I said that he has not watched.
somebody say, Coach B, watch him. So, now, Coach
Yeah,
B, see,
I watched
this,
about five of those videos, but again, I feel
Higher body
bad,
will make
I
that
feel
wash
bad
up.
about the fact that those videos have even
And
gotten
Coach
in
B,
the hands
Coach B
of
wait first. Coach B wait
young
first.
teenagers. And again, it's if
Coach B
television
wait
does not do
first.
something about it, then there's a lot of free porn running out there.
thank
So I
you.
think
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Free porn. That's free porn out there. Free.
Coach B wait first. Higher body will make inside tire the wash up.
Are you seriously asking me that question, Chef Boy?
All right. Now, now, Coach B, this is what I'm saying. That the leaking of that video has multiplied more Balthazars. Because there was one guy one night that was watching it. He said, Master, now so no what kind of thing is now so other things that they happen. He needs to solve the problem at hand. I was like, bro, you see, you go to the market, you will see mothers watching Balthazar, they will sit like this. Mature women watching. You go to school, children watching. So we have free, like free blue film, free, and people are watching it in the name of Balthazar. I mean, that's pollution in the atmosphere. That's mass pollution. I mean, mass pollution that's going on. Now, looking at his choice of women and how neat he is, Coach, we want to find out that action, him sleeping like this, the whole process of him having multiple unprotected knacking, and him actually crossing and going to the extent of taking people's wives is a whole process a good one. Let's keep his hygiene aside and let's look at the whole thing. Is it really a good one? Is it something worth applauding him for?
Not at all.
Coach, you there?
Personally, I would say that's huge negligence for the sake of his wife and for the sake of his children and for his own sake. That's negligence. That's my standpoint. That's my opinion. But again, there's definitely some history behind his relationship with these women. And if they are just random women that he just gets fun with, because you might never know. Maybe he has long-standing relationships with these women. I'm not sure he did all those 400 videos in one day or in 1 year. I don't think he
Yeah.
did it in 1 year. So he might have established relationships with each and every one of these women where he probably makes sure that they do their health check before this is happening. I don't know. To be honest, there are a lot of missing details to this story that he alone will know.
Because me, I think we could hold, but we could hang on to the fact that we actually talk about the moral implications of this. We'll hang on to morality, because a child might not. I don't. If growing up, if I imagine that somebody came and crossed, God forbid, my mother, I might not. I don't think the kind of person I am. I might never respect her for life. You see, I might never respect her for life. So we look at the moral implications of certain things. The disrespect that is apportioned to some women today are a big to a greater extent their responsibility, like the kind of things they do. Sometimes they say respect is earned, and definitely it is earned by the kind of things you do, the kind of way you behave. You see, even if
I
these
think
women are,
this is how I want to look at it. This is how I want to look at it. I don't
yeah,
think I want to step away from Balthazar and start thinking about the women. Because trust me, there's a huge probability that this is mostly going to destroy the world even further, because we need men who are leaders. We need men who can make sane decisions. And if a man drives as a leader, every woman and the rest of the world will follow. Imagine yourself that his sons, he has more sons than daughters. Imagine that his sons tomorrow will see what their father is doing. They can replicate what their father is doing, and they can dominate more women than what their father already did, because that makes them, I think he has 6 kids, right? And
Yeah.
four
How many
male,
pictures?
five male, five
Now,
boys.
could don't you think it's just if he can replicate it, because at one point some of the ladies are being depressed. At another point, this is Batazar. Everybody with the women are hailing him. The man of this. I want to meet Papa. He even has his song. He has his dance. Don't you think that it is that for us to put it at a level where they will have to cheat? Why don't they just carry the women and put all of them like that? Don't you think that could be a possible solution? If you like variety, you could have
You mean
variety at
that he definitely doesn't want to, he
because
doesn't
he
want
knows
them.
the implications. He knows the implications. They have made some system have made polygamy illegal so that you will only be doing this kind of things. You see, whereas another possibility is for you to just take the women, pay the money, and do what is correct, and keep them if you like, as you like variety. You see,
So in the
now,
case of Balthazar, he will be worse than, he will have more wives and concubines than King Solomon.
yeah, King Balthazar. I don't do past King Balthazar. You see, so he has. I think we should. Me, I'm looking at doing things correctly, because if all of these women were his wives, he's not going to have any problem. See the moral implication. Let's dissect this thing and let's make it really really clear. When this thing came out, I was like, the Balthazar's wife does not really have a problem like that. It is true that cheating might pain some women, but cheating, sleeping with 400 women, it is almost impossible for your wife not to know. And the next thing is, we always ignore this part that the woman is the emotional being that sometimes get too attached to the man, that the way the man, like the way a woman loves and the way a man loves are not really the same like that. And the way a woman is formulated and the way man is formulated is not really the same like that. That is why when a woman cheats, the majority of women that cheat, they deal with the effect for the rest of their lives. But for men, the woman has a way she can forgive him. Not because the cheating is a good thing or because a man has a right to cheat, but it's because of biology. There's empathy. Very few men have this high level of empathy. Very few. Too much of logical thinking, you see. But with women, it's not too much of a problem. That's a woman gets sorry heart, woman a heart, and all of those things, soft heart. But for men, it's not like that. A man might go out, the woman who might not have a problem to forgive him. But when a woman goes out, her, aquara, ashawo, all kind of nasty things will tell her. So which one are we at? Where do we cut the line? Because me, I think if every man has to be sane and act properly and has to dwell in that masculinity, let me shock you a little bit. It might interest us to know that even if Balthazar gets married to these women, they will still leave him and go and cheat on another person that is not even looking anything close to Balthazar. Because on a very serious note, what a lot of men want, even they themselves don't really know. It's true, Balthazar is a person in question because he's good looking, fresh, and stuff like that. There are cases, if we look at this women's husband, we'll notice that maybe probably this type of person, all of them cannot be ugly like that. All of them cannot be boring like that. All of them cannot have a flaw like that. I say that the problem lies between creating a connection in a woman, creating a connection. Because you might be married to the person with the biggest bowler horn, biggest being, biggest one that knows how to work with it very well. You can be married to the most charismatic person. You can be married to whoever you want. The moment you start getting contact with a particular category, the funny guy, my God, yeah, Miss World, Mr. Handsome, automatically becomes something else. That contact. The problem is we like to come in the middle when the contact has been formed. That contact should not even exist. That's why you see people, and these women have a trick. They have a trick they play. You see somebody clearly coming with the ambition to come and chat and fry beans. The woman be like, no, it's just my colleague. No, it's just my old classmate. No,
it's my bestie.
You see, the worst one I catch that bestie. This bestie nonsense. You see, so all of these things before that bond wants to form, we want to create the knot. The men should be smart enough to know when to close it. Because a lot of these women will allow the knot to form, then start winning by argument. When you're already inside, to stop it, it becomes a very big problem. That is where it is coming from. I don't want to believe that these women, they are women that are not also that dirty. So I don't want to believe that they will be dirty men. There are women that are not bad looking. I don't believe there are women that are bad looking. That were women like that. Even if BALTHAZAR got married to them, these same women will do the same thing. It should be a morality thing. It should be something with their mindset. It should be a thing maybe with the culture. We need to confirm, because I don't want to talk about culture, because I need to confirm that. There's a lot of spontaneous news flowing around the internet. We need to confirm that before establishing the point. But it should be around the morality, the mindset, how they think. I've seen ladies that have said they don't mind being number 10. There are women like that. And that woman will have one man that is struggling to be a man in her life, but she does not mind being number 10 for another kind of person. And on a very serious note, sometimes she'll be with somebody and doing her best to be really devoted to the person until she meets the funny guy. There was the story. There was a guy that used to live. He's a friend of mine. His neighbor. Now, this guy, he was just this cool, calm guy working with the missionary. I don't call it the missionary, the mission. He was working there. Each time we'll come and back, and I'll be like, this guy, how is this guy? The guy, he always talks like nice. He always talks calmly. He's always very gentle. He was like a medical doctor. Well, asking my guy, like, the man now, the man said, boy, you know the funny guy? I said, you live correct. So this guy might be laugh with your woman. The funny guy, the cool guy. So this is the funny thing. Even if the women are married to the most charismatic, most confident, and most whatever woman, or whatever man that lacks this masculine control, that lacks this how to dwell in his masculine authority. I don't know how we talk about authority, it looks like suppression. I don't think authority is suppression. I don't think authority is suppression. That knows how to dwell in his authority. If you don't meet this kind of man, the man that you can actually submit to, and the man that the woman submits to, then the woman is still very single. Because the moment she meets the funny guy, the moment she meets the companion guy, sometimes you don't even need, these women, my chat woman, but sometimes you don't even need to really chat like that. I love you, carry flower, and I suffer.
Sometimes I just see chatting, bro.
I carry flower, baby, you are the sugar in my what tea. So sometimes you just need to talk and get familiar with the person. Guys are becoming too smart. They are becoming too smart to the extent that they no longer talk to your conscious, they talk to your subconscious. The greatest person you should fear in this world is the person that talks to your subconscious. The person that is talking and programming your brain and things indirectly in a way you don't understand. That person can bring you down to a zero and make you do things you never could do.
I lie you.
And this is what the BALTHAZAR's man master. BALTHAZAR can be there, even his wife might not even be a faithful man to him. As per se, there are rumored videos of her own knacking things. Even the wife might not be faithful. Now let's target the morality. If we should have, if it has gotten to the extent where the man can fry beans and the woman can fry beans anyhow, would it do now to say married? Oh, just she don't have many man fry beans, then two people just she don't say, okay, you go take the pikin, I take the one when I fry the beans. What kind of society is that? I think we should just be morally upright enough to know what is called integrity. Shame. More even shame small. Something they will go for the shame. More the child shame. It be like this generation, they don't keep it. That's it, they go as a shame, they don't erase them. More self try the shame for some they tell they do them. More the try get shame. You see? Because it looks like the thing called morality has been successfully deleted from our agenda. And you will see today, you will see that don't go catch the fry. He go straight to me, mom say, na fry, na fry. Now wait till that liman. Straight about shaping the door of the food chest. You see? So this is the point where I am coming from. Men, understand your authority like man. It does not mean you should be brutalizing a woman. It get as you do am. When we work for you, you work. If it's for the sake of your family, you should know what works for you and your family. Because if you are already live nothing and may go in a certain way, you might end up with just regrets. Regrets have helped nobody before. Regret, like these people now. How you will sit in class and then you one of your classmates is seeing how they are frying your mother's tutu. Oh Jesus! How will they see the children? How would the children be? Just imagine the level of bullying that they might go through from school, from neighborhood, from different places. That's in the case if they see have some small degree of morality left in the place where they are. Because in a case where it is part of their culture, then that would worry ourselves. You see, we need to actually have shame, small shame. And this is the thing, because this thing, if you look at it keenly, it comes around this equality kind of checking, because the man will go outside, people go outside. A man's cheating and a woman's cheating are two different things. It's true that a woman cheating offends a man and a man cheating offends a woman, but the effects are too different. If we know this reality, it's going to really help us to manage the way we carry ourselves, to be watchful the kind of things we do. To do
It's not.
like
Well, boss, let me ask you a question. What
all
is
right, yeah.
different between a man's cheating and a woman's cheating?
Now I'm going to talk based on the culture and the place where, like, I'm a lot African. Maybe I will manage to, but I'm a lot more African. Now, when I have, if I'm with a woman, my woman is my pride. I have someone that is so precious that I can invest my life in, that I trust, that I give my all to, on the masculine part, and is somebody that she is my pride. By the time she goes out, she betrays me and she attacks my ego as a man. And on a very serious note, most of the time, that betrayer has scars that is very difficult to wipe out. From a masculine part, a lot of time before getting into a serious commitment with somebody is as a result of plenty mathematics. This lady is like this, so she can do like this, so I can trust her like this, and this one like this, and that one like this, and that one like this. It's around the brain. Based on past experiences and based on her character trait. So you do some mathematics and convince yourself that this is what is this and this is what is this. Now, when a man goes out, it's like a bowl. You come and wash your hand inside. The man is the one washing the hand. The woman is the one receiving. She has betrayed the man's trust. She has given room for, she has been adulterated. Other energies to come in, and she has broken the like, she's polluted. She's the one at the receiving end. Many men come and dump. Many men come and dump. The men can't go, like, you put a bowl of water, every man come and wash their hand and go. And the water that is there is dirty water, but the people wash their hands and go. That's, I think, that's the
Okay.
simplest explanation I can give. And on the second part,
Mm-hmm.
let me learn. A woman is an emotional being. A woman has empathy, sorry, heart. past man begin. The one that has very small empathy is the one that has been educated to be strong, that you should not tolerate this nonsense. But on a generic point of view, a woman has a soft heart. And that soft heart, I don't think is a weakness, it's a strength. Because the soft heart that some of the cocoyams like us don't have to tolerate some things, a woman can have it. And she can easily forgive a cheating man with that soft heart, past some of us. So it's at the level of our biology, at the level of the spiritual significance, and at the level of the pride of the man. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad. I feel like you are honoring men by calling, describing the pride of a man. I don't know if men do understand the meaning of them being referred as leaders. The actions of a man has direct impact on the psychology of the children that he raises. So a cheating man, an irresponsible man, a man without values has an impact on his daughter because it's psychologically proven that daughters get attracted to the men who remind them of their father. So when you are an irresponsible man, you're known for cheating. You're known for not having any values. What you're doing is you're condemning your daughter to be attracted to those kinds of men. And you're conducting your sons to be exhibiting the kind of behavior that you are exhibiting. And so, what is that? What does that create in the society? We have a long line of irresponsible men with no values, raising, getting married to women and exhibiting the same line of behavior of irresponsibility, not understanding their role as leaders, raising daughters who will be attracted to monsters that resemble them. And that's why we have this pattern. Until when men will understand what it means to be an Abraham of the family, that's when the society is going to change.
You're
Because
right. You're right.
continue to be giving the excuses that, oh, society makes our cheating to be better. Yes, it's better because society has made women to be able to accommodate that behavior, but it doesn't mean that behavior doesn't have an impact on the women that are being raised in families. I know so many young women who have either decided to be promiscuous or have decided never to be married or have decided to be dating only married men because of the trend that their own fathers showed them.
Now,
Until men decide to take up their responsibility, take up the mantle of a leader so that they can lead the society, there's a reason why God made it that way. They did not make the woman the leader. It is the man who is the leader. And they did not say the man is going to lead only the woman. The man leads the family, meaning the woman and the children. And so
For
when
sure.
you exhibit these behaviors of lack, no nonchalant behavior, no values, no character values that you can even demonstrate to your own offsprings, you raise boys. There was one day one of my younger brother was telling a friend that he inherited smoking from my father. That's because he saw my father smoking while he was young. So we think that our sons are not seeing those things. We think that our daughters are not seeing those behaviors. We think that our daughters do not see the way the men are behaving to our mothers.
We saw
When
all
they
those
to their
things.
own marriages, their own men are behaving the same way. They think it's a pattern. They think it's normal. It's not normal. I think men need to take the responsibility and take the role of a leader. That they're
Yes,
supposed
you're
to
right. You're right, Coach B. You're right. You're right. Quite on point. To
um,
tell it out.
chef,
I'll
chef,
add.
I want to ask you something, chef.
No, let me add. Let me add to
Okay.
yeah before we drop. Yeah. So Coach B is actually right. A man is the leader, and that's why when Eve convinced Adam to eat the forbidden fruit, and the father came, he did not question Eve. He questioned Adam. What is it you have done? He questioned Adam, not Eve. Adam was supposed to lead Eve and make sure um, she does the right thing. But that kind of control today, Coach B, is what that kind of control, like leadership, real leadership, in most cases, like 80% of women will consider that to be control. Leave me and live my own life. Like what the gospel that is being preached today, do as thou will. Do as thou will. It's your body. If you want to do anything, do with it. That's the gospel that is being preached today. So when most men want to show leadership, they get that stiff opposition from their choices of women. I use the word choices because you have the right, you have that decision to make on who you're to settle with. So it still comes down to leadership, because leadership doesn't only end in leading other people. It goes to the extent of you leading yourself, the choices and decisions you make in your life, the people you eventually settle down with. So if you end up with a bad woman who is not following your leadership, you have yourself to blame. You have yourself to blame. You did not lead yourself well to know exactly what you want, and you did not lead yourself well to detect or to have that spirit of discernment in you to be able to ascertain if this woman has those qualities that you want from your queen. So I go with what Coach B said. It's about most of the times the men. But now, what actually brought this whole thing is when you she talk about what the difference between a man cheating and a woman cheating.
Yeah.
In that light, they are both low lives. We don't give pride to a cheating man. He's a slave. He's actually a slave because you have that ability. You have that ability to have one, two, three, four, 10. Just do it legally. Speak with them from the get-go, convince them, sell your dream to them, and if they're down with it, you go for it. Dogs walk everywhere, even normal fowl would not plenty woman there. You as man will get authority. You cannot really execute your authority and leadership as a man. You reduce yourself to that very condescending level of you going to cheat, and you're cheating with women. You don't know how principled they are. They'll take your energy, they'll go and distribute it to other men. At the end of the day, you'll be struggling with one thing or the other. They are not moving, and you start talking of ancestral or generational curses.
No, no, yes.
Whereas you reduce yourself to a slave by
Okay.
cheating. So every man out there listening to me right now, go with what Coach B said. You have to be a leader. You have to be able to lead if, and you don't have to be that man. You don't have to be like Adam that will apportion blame to Eve when something bad happens. You take the full responsibility and you make sure if she doesn't get to eat the forbidden fruit. Okay.
All right, now that's a good one, Chef. Chef, before you go, there's something I want us to we have two persons here. Coach B, uh, Coach B there. I don't know if Coach B can. Oh, Coach B is gone.
Coach B
Now,
left me.
Ma, explain. Let me.
I'm seeing Facebook users. I cannot see their name to know how I'm addressing them.
Sincerely.
The only
Now,
way I can identify comments.
there is something I want to really highlight here. Chef, when you speak, you see women talking there. Good job, chef. Good job, chef. They'll be saying good job. Okay, Coach B
I'm
is here.
sorry, I accidentally
All right. Okay.
left.
Coach B, do you? I want to ask you a question. Do you identify with polygamy? Coach B, there
Do I identify with polygamy?
is polygamy a good form of marriage according to you?
Polygamy is a form of marriage.
Is it a good one? All right, thank you. It's okay. Now,
Yeah,
what
good to me is relative because it's like telling me that monogamy, I should say monogamy is a good form of marriage.
you see
I
people
don't have all
know,
the information to be able to say monogamy or polygamy is a good form of marriage. But monogamy is a form of marriage, polygamy is a form of marriage.
all right. Now, you see the way Chef speaks, right? Chef is a polygamous man that is,
An
yes.
established polygamous man, and those are the kinds of polygamous men that I have respect for. Any man who camouflages and decides to keep one wife in America and keep one wife in Cameroon and keep another wife in Australia without the wives knowing that they have co-wives is not a man. It's not mature enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, let me. Okay, good. We have these two angles. Let me mediate in the middle. Now, when each time Chef is talking, you will see ladies there. Chef, the one. Chef is talking. Chef is that one. When Chef
No, the
mentions
truth
the
is that I think again for the time I've never met him physically. I don't know Chef, but he talks about women with respect. And that's what
yeah,
I value the most. If you have respect for women, you're not going to lie to them. You would
yeah,
honor them because there are women out there, trust me, there are so many women out there who believe and do not believe in monogamy. They believe that they can live happily in a polygamous marriage. And you can approach those women and you will still find a beautiful, wonderful wife that you can keep. Don't go lying to a woman who wants a monogamous relationship just because you want to keep them. It's not responsible. So I think Chef Dawai has respect for women, one of all, and then
yeah.
he understands his biology as a man, and he has chosen that path. It's very important.
I like that biology part. Now, this is the truth. Each time Chef talks, it's good. But by the time he talks about a man's ability to have variety woman, you start saying, look, if you look at the comments, you see Chef, look at Chef, Chef, Chef. You see, those are that's exactly what I'm talking about. Somebody that has that it takes a man that is polygamous and blatantly polygamous to smoothly flow like that. Now, let me explain some certain things. People that were born in the late 80s or around the 80s like that, is in an epoch where they were preaching a lot against polygamy from the church, because that was when the prevalence of the church came in Christianity. Thou shalt not have two wives. It came into the schools. Two man no fine. In collaboration with Nigerian film, two man no fine. Hollywood came in. Two man no fine. Do you even know that majority of the things we see in the life today is as a result of the programming from those movies that were given to ignorant people? Now you will see how we managed and forced and make polygamy to be forcefully a bad thing. And it changed the way a lot of people that are getting married today, people that have been getting married from the past, let me say past 10 years to now, it changed the way they see things. Because the girls grow up knowing that polygamy is a bad thing. The first time Chef came and talked about polygamy, a lot of people were like, huh? Huh? Because when Chef was talking, everybody was like, hey, good. But when they mention polygamy, they're like, huh? You see, this nice man that you admire is telling us the simple reality and telling us the blatant truth that we don't want to hear. Why? Because a lot of people are not saying polygamy is a bad thing because they have tested it and seen a bad thing. They are saying polygamy is a bad thing because they were told that polygamy is a bad thing. A patient of Zoko will go and take medicine and come and poison the first wife. The program, the program is they are we unconsciously follow their programming without knowing. Imagine our innocent mothers that were working farm, even the ones that went to school, they will look TV and cry with us that are the children, playing over our emotions like that. Now I am into cinema, and sometimes when I look at my mother, I just be like, oh, Papa God. You see, play with, we'll just sit and make a character and say we'll turn this character like this. You do any of the and knowing that this one is good, this one is not good. And that is how it is difficult to see in Nollywood a movie that was trending back that time that talk of a man having two women and live happily. 90% of the women, they live in the first wife is jealous of the second wife. When I talk about polygamy in the Bible, they'll go and use Hannah and Penina. Penina will be doing this one, and that's how they make polygamy to be forcefully a bad thing. About 80% of the girls watching this, of the ladies watching this podcast, and the ones that I will come and watch after, they know that they cannot go for polygamy. So it is narrowing down a very few men that are the real odogus, like the networkers, like the chef that ways, like the other ones that are practicing polygamy. I went to a man's house. The man is a businessman. He has a big mansion. The man is well to do. And it's the wife that was telling me that she is actually the third wife. I was like, she is happily married as a third wife. And now this one is coming because you will see there's a lot of some inside shishi. And they use the money to subdue the woman's opinion to actually like something because she's getting something that she likes. Getting a woman on a normal basis, talking on a young man's perspective that wants to make life, and you come and start talking about polygamy, bros, 8 out of every 10 women will say, I know they mean for that thing. They might love you, but the time when you mention polygamy, 8 out of every 10 are going to go, yes. You will get some that are going to get used to polygamy. And a lot of the time, these women that are educated, enlightened women, a few of them are going to pick polygamy. I have a testimony of a young woman that picks polygamy. She's educated, enlightened, and she has some. In fact, it happened in our beautiful natural man group. And there are a couple of others like that. It is their choice, but it is a very few cases. This narrows the men to begin to manage a very small percentage of women that will accept the fact that they can go for polygamy and live in peace. Now, a lot of these guys say, okay, that was somebody worry my head say, this is where a lot of men begin to tell lies. I want to explain this thing so we understand and help people to tell the truth and face their realities. Me, I'm an outspoken person. I'm like that, and I don't like any ben. That's why sometimes I always say some of these things so that we can encourage one another to actually tell ourselves the truth. Tell ourselves the truth so that we take people for who they are. We take people and understand their realities. We don't misquote and misjudge people and take them differently. You see, this thing of making polygamy a bad system and preparing every gay child for monogamy is the result, is a cause. In fact, Nahidi make plenty of this man begin a lie. Because a man knows that by his biology, he cannot come and say he's sitting with you. How? You see, he wants to have variety. So since as he likes you and he sees a prospect in a woman in you, but if he says you want to have variety, you will not accept. The time that he does not have money, or the time that he does not have too much option, because even men they don't get money, the way they cheat this time now, and the one that they use and cheat, and the way they tell the woman they cheat with them. You see, the time he will just humble when he needs you to be the woman in his life. This is what a lot of men do. And this Shema, our fathers were that outspoken. They make their things right. I am getting married to my woman. The next one, I'm taking the next woman. I inform the first woman that the other woman is coming and they are okay. But now, if you get married to somebody, even the ones that they signed polygamy, recently we went to a situation where we don't come up, go pum up. Ho. The man they married the first woman, go bring second woman, brum. And to make 1 or 2 calls to solve the matter, where they give a TS certificate to go and discover that they originally signed the polygamy. And you should not look down that mommy so tired. You understand? Because when these people come and sign polygamy, then they go and start teaching them that polygamy is a bad thing. They start feeling like they made a mistake. That's what is happening. They have taught a lot of women that monogamy is a big deal. Practice monogamy. So the men that want to be with them will go for monogamy and keep them there. While you are doing monogamy, I am busy frying my beans outside. That is how some men reason. a lot of these men that go outside, that's how a lot of them reason. You see, so me, I'm saying some things. I don't want to come and give an illusionary mind like you are supposed to have be a man, and begin to make you to have unrealistic expectations from a man you know cannot be faithful. No, and this is not in any way saying that men are not faithful. I know men that stayed faithful. I have an uncle. He stayed faithful to his wife, and the both of them are of late even. They felt they did one went and knew the other one is not going to stay. They were cool like that. I don't know how to what extent, but the one I saw from a child to when I grew up, it was an exemplary life. And there are also other men, a vast majority, I mean very vast majority, that they have stationed side chicks everywhere. They are stationing it. Man don't marry today, never. There was even one that was coming to see me on the week of his wedding. He came and met a lady that the lady was coming to see me. He started chat manga horote from road. He the car for no do arrangement for planning event. He sing for road. Manga the chat my ex. He started chatting for road for calm down. Like we never finish be a marriage, you don't raise and handle another one. That's to what extent which some men can go. And if you hear when this guy speaks, he's a perfect gentleman. Me, I'm the outspoken person that will weigh things and take different ideologies and dish it out so we can understand people's reality and not cage other people and put them in expectation. A person that has a lot of expectations that are not met might end up being more dissatisfied, depressed, and all till if it's the person, the other D's. But when you have limited few expectations and you're free-minded, you might not be victim of all of those things, even if you don't get what you were not even expecting. This guy, the lady he was getting married to is like a small to me, and I looked at him and said, oh, they begin to go carry another one. And a serious church man, serious church brother. He came, he was disturbing them again until they came to my place, and finally when they came, the guys did not give a number. They were like, who is that guy? I said, the guy's coming for us to do an arrangement. He said, it was forcing. I was like, he started preaching. I was like, all these things that she marked. Now, you cannot do, the society has made it in such a way that the man that cannot confidently or tell a woman that let's go for polygamy, because every woman say, I don't share my man. Like 90% of the women say, I cannot share my man. So the man who rather say that for me, for the argue with the woman, how you not going to share a man? Well, society don't just condition, you will just take one and put in the house, sign a monogamy, no problem, and be cheating on the woman and begging for forgiveness. They cheat and beg forgiveness. Can't cry self, repent for 1 week and say back. And now the women have no option than just to accept the man. You have 4 children of the man, you have come on live steady picking in a ha. So all of these things are part of the realities. A man that has high respect for women, like what you said, and the man that possesses those qualities is a man that is very expressive about him being polygamous. It might be a myth. I'm not saying it's not possible to find a faithful person. There are faithful men. Yeah, I know some, and I will not brag about one. Yeah, that I know very well. I know some faithful men. Because like this, our kind of category, you go say yourself by yourself, expressive people, most often faithful to a very high extent. Now, the other ones, if you know what your husbands are doing outside, that is their friends that you should pity you, and oh God, if you know what the husbands do now. So this is the reality we face, because society have conditioned the woman, conditioned the man, conditioned the woman, and the two people are on a tight end. Today we are talking about polygamy comfortably. After when the first time we spoke about it was like a mystery. Today we are saying it because we see somebody that is open, is very outspoken about being polygamous, and it's a nice person that we love. So this is what I had to say. If we have a lot of expectations, we should be able to face some of the realities of life. And part of that reality is making us to understand that a man a lot of men, right, tend to tell a lot of lies because if they say the truth, they will miss the person, they will lose the person they are actually looking at. Being a cheat or being polygamous is one of the lies that some men always say. You see? Now, the other part, there are lots of lies that men say because when they say the truth, they are scared of losing the person that they are looking at. On one point of a man, I love this woman, she has the values of the and qualities of the person I want to make my life with, but once in a while, I might need to go out. That is for the person that is thinking like that. That person is not me. So that is for the person that is thinking like that. Let me make it this clear. You see? So for me to keep this person, we just need to just do something like monogamy, then dissolve the matter like that. I know a couple of people like that. And even the women, this condition has made them to understand that all man begin a shower. That's how some you hear them say. But on the contrary, not all all men are like that. Some will go them and marry their variety and keep and stay them in peace. So that's just the little I had to say. Coach B, I don't know if you have some other words to add up. Coach B, you there?
I'm here. Yeah, I think
Yes.
you've covered it all. If you understand what is it that you want in life, if you want multiple women, you just need to be a man and go towards that. Have the kind of
Yeah.
family that you want. But I want to think that there are so many men that are in polygamous marriages without even understanding what polygamy is. Because once you get another woman and you start treating the other woman unfairly, that's where there are crisis moments. I think our forefathers did really understand polygamy more than we do nowadays. And that's where the chaos is coming from because there's no way you can start treating these women equally. Some men would just abandon their first wives and start treating the second wife as if they never had a beautiful time with the first wife, and vice versa. So those are some of the things that will bring crisis in the relationship. But the bottom line is if you know that you're a polygamous man, go for what you desire and be a man and own up to
And
that. That's who you are. It's the same as someone who is a homo will say, I don't do men, I don't do women, and I want to be this person, and this is me. I'm going to face the world as me. It's not because you want to keep some people in your life that you're going to manipulate them and keep them in your life. You need to own up to who you are. That's integrity, that's value. And we started today by talking about Balthazar, and again, he has done his own. He knows why he was doing that. If it's natural, God bless him. If it's supernatural, I pray for these women. I pray for these women, especially if it was supernatural, because this is probably something that is going to harm generations because these women are probably sleeping with more than one man as he is sleeping with more than one woman. So you never know what will come out of it. And it's just for us to be careful, just like you said earlier, that women should be mindful of the Balthazars because there are so many of them out there. They look fancy,
yeah,
they look very attractive, and because most women are very gullible. We are a very gullible set of human beings. It's
yeah,
easy to convince us and we just fall. Before you know it, you're already in it. And some women are staying in those relationships just because they've been hooked emotionally and they cannot get out of it. But once you find yourself in it, I think Chef Dawai also said something about making sure you're spiritually strong to be able to withstand these things and trying to avoid them as much as possible because it's better late than sorry. So I
yeah.
think that's my only opinion to this issue. I just think I just pray that this doesn't become another trend of blue movies out there for young people to use to for masturbation and other things because again you don't have control over what the internet will do with this information.
It's a very trendy blue movie. Like I said last week and I was saying, so people are just comfortably watching blue movies like that in the name of watching is what nonsense. Like it's already trendy, and it comes with all the effects of watching a blue movie. So that's why I made a post like protect your young ones, and even the older ones need to be protected even more because sometimes they get more vulnerable than the younger ones. So that's just it. Let's protect what we see. Let's protect what we consume. Let's watch what we see. Let's watch what we consume. Me, I'll end by saying let's face our realities. Let's not over condition our minds and have a lot of expectations. Sometimes the men that come to you tell you the lies because they know that when they tell you the truth, and 80% of the time, if you tell you their reality, you're going to run. You see, like okay, like someone talking and sounding like Chef that way with the intention of being polygamous might not tell you at the start that they're polygamous. They will allow you hear the beautiful talks and hear enjoy the beautiful mindset, and maybe they notice that you cannot go with polygamy. They use monogamy and trick you, and finally get a second. That's what a lot of men do. Now, let's learn to be sincere to ourselves. Let's learn to tell ourselves the truth, and let's learn to live our realities. On a serious note, living in lies looks like living in a cage where you cannot really freely express yourself. You're in a prison, in your own prison. So let's be sincere to ourselves. Ladies, be safe out there. You're queens, and always see yourself as queens because you are high valued people. That is why a lot is expected of you. Now, the picking where they expect too much, we will misbehave, the events beat them over. So women, you are high valued people, and at the same time, you're a target. That's why you deserve the maximum respect. So keep yourself up there like a high valued person, but stay aligned to what is right. So it was a great time being with you all at this juncture. We've been live for over 2 hours. Wow, wow. So at this juncture, we're going to pack our bags out of the studio and see you all again next week. Oh, before we sign out of the studio, our laughter extravaganza night is coming up. It's a 21 days challenge to do all of this, and today is the 20th day, so we have 19 more days to go. The flyer is on the platform. Everybody is invited to be part of this. It's going to be a comedy night, music performance, dance. We are going to have Miss Natural on that day, and a whole lot of amazing surprises. So we are going to project equally the movie Bonus. So it's a whole, it's a packaged night, a fully packaged night on the 29th of November at Christina Events Center, Yaoundé Kradat. See you all, and see you next week as we prepare for the big day. Good night, good night, good night, good night, and have a wonderful night. Good night, Coach B.